Welcome to Starting from Scratch. No dogs raised, sold, or bred for any legal purposes. This is strictly for historical and educational purposes only. Back to the Woods series, episode 9. Brewer's Vindicator, 2-time winner. Brewer's Vindicator was sired by Alonzo's Andy, bred to Alonzo's Angie. The Alonzo's Andy and Alonzo's Andy breeding produced Adams Grand Champion Beau, registered married, and Brewer's Rose, and Brewer's Vindicator, who wasn't bred only a limited number of times. This is the history of Brewer's Vindicator, starting from scratch.
Who was better known among active dog men around the South. Few of the southern fanciers knew a lot about Beau, but they were familiar with Vindicator's wins over top-notch bulldogs. An example of this is when Irish Jerry wrote a letter to the editor of one of the magazines, questioning if Vindicator's wins were used to build up Beau's long match record. Quite a few dog men saw Vindicator's decisive wins over Finley's champion Beau, sire of Jeep, and Baker Davis Jasper. In both matches Vindicator came in under the weight but won in dramatic fashion. Vindicator and his sister Rosie were quite different in appearance than their brother, Beau. While Beau was black and squarely built, Vindicator was a red nose with a wedge-shaped head. Vindicator was longer and built lower to the ground. The difference in appearances was striking enough to cause speculation that they were sired by Alonzo's Andy, but out of different tests. In spite of this difference, both dogs were matched at around the same weight and had similar styles. Beau and Vindicator were powerful bulldogs. They put tremendous pressure on their opponents, had good mouths and liked the front end. Alonzo bred these dogs and matched Vindicator into Finley's Beau. Alonzo had bet Bob Finley that Beau would not scratch over an hour into the match, but Beau did scratch, showing good gameness. Beau was picked up at 1:30 and refused a courtesy scratch. Few fanciers present blamed Beau for not scratching. He had taken a lot from Vindicator. Of course, Beau went on to win a championship and proved to be a great producer of match dogs. Atlas Brewer purchased Vindicator and his sister Rosie after the win over Beau. Rumor at the time had it that several Vindicators were sold, but Brewer was confident that he purchased the real Vindicator and matched him into Jasper, a son of Grand Champion Boomerang out of Davis Piggy. Jasper proved to be a tough opponent. He and Vindicator had the same style. The long drip caused Vindicator to dry out and he came in 2 pounds light, which made him a significant underdog. For an hour and a half these two brutes were locked together like two monkeys. There were no turns, no out-of-hold counts. Vindicator was voted best in show over Snooty and Rascal, who also won that night. Fortunately, Vindicator's sister Rosie was loaned to my brother in exchange for a best in show winner, Hurricane Carter. While on loan, Rosie whelped a litter by Devine's 3 winner Bruce, Boomerang X Patty, which produced Street B.S Cherub, Sarah, who in turn whelped Street B.S Dylan. Ben Van H bred many winners from Dylan, including a dog he called Taps, who recently won over Dugan's T-Bone in 220. Rosie died from heartworms shortly after the Bruce breeding. Vindicator's impact as a stud dog was negligible, but the blood was carried on by his sister Rosie and Beau.
Brewer's Vindicator was bred to his littermate sister, Brewer's Rose, to produce Walston's Roxy and Lancaster's Snake, 2-time winner. Both were excellent dogs and great producers. Walston's Roxy was bred to Wood Snooty to produce Mims Ricochet, a awesomely bred dog and a great producer. Lancaster's Snake was sire Alonzo's King Elvis, a great dog and producer. Stay tuned. More to come about the Brewer Vindicator line of dogs from starting from scratch.